again, how you doing? I presume you've all survived the COVID-19 nonsense. And I wish you all a very, very happy Monday. Now, the things are getting madder by the day. I seen a thing this morning. I was lying in my bed watching the news, because I do that, And this woman was on, healthcare professional, so-called, celebrating the fact that they built this like £4 million emergency hospital with 500 beds. And she was saying, and there's not one single person been using it. It's been lying empty for weeks. But instead of saying, wow, we maybe got this wrong. No, not a bit of it. They said, that just shows you we got it right, because we've not had to use it. In normal life, that person would be sacked. But again, everything government controlled is nobody ever pays for the mistakes. So there you go. Been waiting for the pandemic to sweep across the country, and they're lying empty. Totally empty. And that's the same all over Britain. I'm speaking to nurses now daily who are saying they're bored out their skull because nothing's happening. But that's what's happening, folks. People are just telling barefaced lies and not even having a hint of shame about it. So, I need to get this phone out of me because somebody keeps pinging me. That's it. So we've got some good stuff today that I want to tell you about. I'm going to show you some good stuff. So I hope you had a nice weekend. Hope you had a good time with your family. Remember, like the video, click subscribe, press the bell, comment below and share. You need to share. And I've got this wee thing sitting here. These are beautiful, aren't they? Keep showing people these. Turn it around that way. I don't know. What way do you prefer, that way or the other way? Who's in the room? Let's have a look. I can't see, and I can just see a big black screen with nothing on it. So let's have a wee look. Oh yes, I see it now. But it needs to go up to 85 font size so I can see it. Ah, okay. Where have we got? We'll start for the top, will we? Ah, Frank. How you doing, Frank? Pat Rooney. Oh, Pat Rooney. Remember Pat from New Orleans? How you doing, Pat? Nice to see you. Get to hear from you again, Pat. Good man yourself. Pat's a good fella. John Andrews. Nice to see you. Tara Templeton. Tara Templeton, another lady. How are you, Tara? You're very welcome. Natasha McLean. Lovely to see you. Good woman, that McLean lassie. Familiar stranger, very nice to see you. Very good. Good to see you. Put your name up, Darren. Good man yourself. Paul Telford, the Strangler. How you doing, buddy? People must think, let me just say, I don't call this man the Strangler because I don't like him. He's a very good friend of mine, but he lives in a very rough place, and he's a martial arts guy. But where me and you would be in there flaying and giving it the old smoking Joe, that's why I call him a Strangler. He's very good at it. Very good at it. He's a good friend of mine. I'm going to keep him that way because I don't fancy being strangled. Andy McCoy, nice to see you. Blah blah. Who's blah blah? Get off. Who's that? Spammer. Egypt. Off him. Michelle Gondon, how are you? God bless you. Nice to see you. Now Andy Roxburgh, good to see you. Gary Johnston from the great and wonderful state of Alabama. I'm glad you enjoyed that sermon yesterday, brother. Sometimes these things have to be said, but nobody wants to preach hell now. Well, if there's no hell, there's no heaven, and then we have no saviour whatsoever. No need of one, and we need one, don't we? Uvuman, that's very good. Horrible name to pronounce that. John Andrews, very good. Saskatchewan's welcome here. Who else have we got? I think that's us caught up, isn't it? Scott Raish, how you doing? Nice to see you. Tab 1965, good to see you. Jason Winnipenny, good. Wes McFarlane, good faithful man. Robert Erickson, another one, good faithful fella. Hank McGregor, from Scotland, how are you? I've got something for you. Watch the show. I'm going to show you something in a minute about Scotland. Spider, how you doing, Spider? Big shout out to my friend Spider. Fairboy, Deuce Vault. Well, listen, if you're going to use the Templar war cry, use your real name, son. Minister of Reconciliation, how you doing? Audio is low. I think it's fixed now. Same again with you. Get your real name up here. Burt Myers, God bless you. Fairboy, Lady Rotha, nice to see you. Neville Walker, good man yourself, Neville. You're a good fella. Who else we got? Mark Green, excellent. Does it sound good now? Thank you. Gilbert Powers, shout out from Texas. Oh, I love the Texas fellas here, Well, a lot of Texas people. Oh, wait a minute. Who did I see here? Genius for... I get mixed up with that name. Good to see you. David Innes. Nice to see you, David. Stephen Ash. Christopher Trujillo. Good to see you, Trujillo. Well, you know our first night in ceremony in Hungary? Can't remember. Good. Fairboy. Well done. Good man. I salute you. His name is Jack Hoger. Do you know, wait, Angus Gibson. I'm going to turn this phone off because somebody keeps pinging me. I don't know who it is, but it's really annoying me, so let me do it. I normally turn it off, but I forgot. My apologies. And Douglas Bilbin from Montana. Fantastic. We've got people from the Montana. Excellent. Oh, we've got people from all over the world. We may be small, but like most small things, they're very powerful. And this is very, very powerful channel because the people on it are the saints of God. Now, wait a minute. I want to show you something today. Where is it? Where are we here? Okay. Wee bit of scripture to begin with. We're in my favourite part of the Bible, because remember, I'm an Old Testament type of guy. You might have guessed that by now. Yes. So we're going to be reading from Psalm 127. Psalm 127 from the Authorised Version, of course. Psalm 127, verse 3 down to 5. Just a wee bit. Lo, children are an heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth. Happy is the man that hath his quiver full of them, and shall not be ashamed, but they shall speak with enemies in the gate. Blessed is the man whose quiver is full. That means he's got a load of children. And it's true. It says here, children are the heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. So your children are your reward. They're not a burden. They're not a nuisance. They're not a problem. They are your reward. Remember that, folks. It's really important. Children, children, children. That people say, we want our country back. Nobody took your country from you. We gave our countries away because we refused to breed. People say, well, I can't afford it. Garbage. The people who have the most children are people who are poor. And you say, well, that's what made them poor. Well, let me tell you a wee story about a famous man during the English Puritan times in the 1600s in England, in the county of Cambridge. There was a man come into a preacher's house, and the preacher lined up his 10 children in order, descending order, and he said, there we go. And the man said, Padre, now I know why you're poor. He says, no, sir. No, sir. What you see here, all the money in the world could never buy one of them. This is what makes me rich. And that's the correct attitude. The richer people get, the less children they choose to have. They have more money than ever before, so therefore they could support more children. But for some reason, the more money somebody gets, the less children they have. If you speak to poor people, they don't care. They just have kids. Brilliant. And the meek shall inherit the earth. You will inherit nothing if you don't exist. So people didn't steal our countries from us. We did not breed. We disobeyed God. And now other people are coming in to take our countries from us because nature doesn't allow a vacuum. If you don't believe me, dig a hole in the garden, go away, don't touch it, come back in a week, it'll be filled with water. It's the way the world is. It will fill up with something. So if our countries are empty, they'll be filled. That's it. So, get some kids round about you. There was a young man on last night asking me what he should do. Young man, patriot, American young man, young lawyer. And he said, Mr. Dowson, what can I do to serve my country? I says, forget all this political nonsense, go out and find a nice girl and breed. And come back when you've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 children, and then we can talk. But until then, you're no good to me, you're no good to God, and you're no good to the lovely American nation. That's a fact. So, there we go. Now, what else was I want to talk to you about today? Yes, let me see, I've got it down here. Now, pay attention, Scottish people and Ulster people, especially you from Alabama, of good Scotch, Irish, Ulster Scots descent. In Europe, Scots people have the reputation for being fierce, for being very violent and most formidable. We're only wee chaps, like my good self, small men, but very aggressive. We're like Jack Russells. We're like little terrier dogs. We're always first in, last out. Wild men. Our regiments are called by our American brothers. I remember doing the exercises in Germany, and they called us the Poison Dwarfs. Thank you, Yankee friends. Yes, they called us the Poison Dwarfs because we were so small. But they didn't call it to our face, I can tell you that. But anyway, I want to show you a clip here. And just to show you what this clip is, it's a young hooligan, thug, a punk, as you say in America, in a supermarket abusing people and threatening them with all sorts of blood-curdling violence. But unfortunately for him, the manager of the shop was a Scotsman, just like me, and a West of Scotland Scotsman, so no doubt an Ulster Scotsman. And this young fella said something along the lines of, do you effing think you're tough because you're Scottish? I will show you the gentleman, the Scottish brother's response. Have a look at this.
Or
right here.
what?
Just leave
Don't
our
fuck threaten
Right,
me.
no, go in.
What, you think you're
No,
Scottish? You think you're
stop.
bad? I'll f you up.
Hey, look. Oh, now.
Oh.
Don't threaten me.
Go on, go on.
Don't threaten
Go
me.
on. I'll put a Stanley blade in your throat now.
Tell you what, just back off. Come on, just leave.
Pathetic,
Mate,
Leave.
What? What?
don't threaten
What?
me. Don't
Just
threaten
leave.
staff. None of this is okay.
Pathetic, mate.
Do one.
I've been in this shop, yeah, and I've been followed about for no reason.
I told you why. He's
For
a
no
security
fucking
guard.
reason.
And that's
Ah, makes you proud to be a Scotsman, eh? I told you, you fellas there from Scotland are something for you, eh? You don't mess with the jocks. As that young punk said, do you think you're hard because you're Scottish? And he was given, which is very well known across the world, the Glasgow kiss. Boom! Right in the nose, bust his nose, flattened it. So, was like us up Scotland. So, good stuff, excellent, and I'm glad that he performed according to the stereotype and gave him the Glasgow kiss, right in the nose, end of story, game over. Brilliant, eh? Fantastic. Brilliant. So, the Glasgow kiss, of course, it's very good. Yes, I have employed it many times. Always sanctified, always a sanctified blow, ladies and gentlemen, always. You should avoid violence unless you're going to do it. Yes, your Greg Howarth, your middle name is McKinnon of Clan McKinnon. You'll be fond of that kind of headbutting, I'm quite sure of it. But excellent, that's what we need. We need men to stand up to these hooligans and thugs. By the way, that young guy was in there terrorising ladies and terrorising the effeminate young guys who work in there. But then the Scots manager came out and thumped him. Brilliant, well done, God bless you, sir. But you know, that guy will probably be prosecuted now. Honestly, I'm not joking. The police will probably see that video now and prosecute him for teaching that young, as we say in Ireland, putting some manners on him. And let me tell you, and you know yourself, if there was ever a time in history where young people in this country, in your country, everywhere, needed some manners put on them, it's now. Because they don't get hit at school. Their parents don't chastise them physically, so they're running wild. Remember the Bible. This book says here, spare the rod, spoil the child. Never a truer word was said. I have never met anybody who wasn't spanked who didn't grow up to be a brat of a man. It's a fact. You must batter them when they're young. Within reason. My mother and grandmother didn't get the within reason part. I used to get brushes snapped over me and all sorts. So I'm pretty impervious now to these things. But yeah, you know, they don't respect anybody. So it's like rearing a puppy. Sometimes you got to hit a puppy to get it in the line. It's the same with us, especially young men. Young men need a kick up the backside now and again. So is it working?
Yeah, we're back. Yeah, we're back on.
Okay, can people see me?
Yeah,
Aha! Don't know what happened there, folks. The internet went completely down, and we've got two sources internet in here, and they all went. Who knows? Are you sure? Are we live, aye?
Yeah.
All right. Remember that screen needs to be bigger because I can't see a thing if anybody's asked me any questions. Right, look, look. I wanted to show you this. Now, please don't ask me to put this contraption on. But look, it's a massive thing. Look at this here. Look. Now, can you see these lovely crosses all in this leather belt? Okay. You see it? Look at the size of this thing. It is an awful thing to put on, but you can put it on. Okay. So, what's this? And, oh dear me, this is carry on now. Here is the scabbard. You see this? Beautiful, finest quality leather. Look at that there. Some of the brothers have got these, can testify that these are fantastic. Look at this thing. Look. See it? Beautiful. Right? And I'm not taking out its oil paper because it's too messy. But look, here we go. Here's the big boy. Here is the big boy. All engraved. You see? Well, I'll turn it that way for you. Non nobis domini, non nobis sed nomini tu da gloriam. Basically it means not glory unto us, but glory unto the Lord. And that is our thing. And look here, if you can see the pummel. On this side it's got a Templar shield, and on this side, our official seal, the two poor knights on the one horse. It's individually numbered here. I don't know whose this one is for, but their number is there. Their name will be in our armoury book. It's wrapped with finest quality leather, hide and wire, and that's it there. Look at it. It's a bit of brute actually. Wait a minute. There you go. So, there you go. So we've got some more of these in. Very difficult given the situation at the moment with the virus and worldwide. Oh dear me, going to end up losing some fingers. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to put this down because somebody's going to get hurt. Me. Wait a minute, I'll put this down here. Dear me. Right, I'm certainly no QVC material, am I? Anyway, that's what passes these days for an advert for the sword. Terrible, wasn't it? Absolutely terrible. Sorry, folks, but it's a fine thing. This is better. This is a miniature version of it. It's much easier to deal with. Anyway, there was some folk on to me the other day. The reason I showed the thing, I'm going to take that colour off. The reason I showed this is because some people were on saying, I really like one, but I can't afford it. Because they didn't know we'd done the monthly payment things. This is going to go all over me again. They didn't know we'd done the monthly payment things. Well, we do. How many payments can you make? Six payments. Put this over here. But look at it, what a fine thing. What a fine thing. You know? That's great. So, and as I say, it comes with all this paraphernalia and rigmarole, and it's all boxed, and you got all this with it. Brilliant advert, eh? So if the Templars ever sack me, I've got a career in advertising, eh? What a terrible advert. It's awful. Anyway, our brother's going to put a link up for the part payment, so you can pay this in payments. Don't worry about it. There is a payment scheme. So the brother who was talking to me, I won't mention your name, but look, you know, it is in payments. There's no problem. So the link's going up there. If you need one, get one. It helps us out. It helps a very traditional foundry and forger out in Toledo in Spain, because you know, if we don't keep these people busy and they go out of business, especially in this time, these skills never come back again. They're gone. I mean, they've been making swords in Toledo, Spain for 1,000 years, more than that. About 1,100 years they've been making swords in Toledo, Spain, and he's the only one left. There is no more. All the other stuff's brought in from China, garbage. He's the only guy left. So, you know, let's not see him back against the wall. If anybody's thinking of ordering one in the future, order one now to get this guy's order book up and running, because he's had a hell of a time with this COVID thing. You can imagine Spain got hit hard, folks. Spain got hit hard and the government went berserk and locked everything down. So, if you are thinking about getting one, maybe next month or the month before, try and get the order in now, because I've got to put another order. Well, not me, but one of the guys in the order's got to put another order into the guy so he knows what he's doing next month. So if you don't mind, if you're going to get one, try and do it now. The other thing I was wanting to talk about was I want to thank everybody who's helped us with the Jada campaign. It's been very good. It's been very helpful indeed. But the poor girl's got like £3,000 in fines still outstanding. Still want to put it back in jail for not paying a fine. So it's £3,000. That's about $4,000. And the other problem is some proper way to live. So thank you. God bless each and every one of you who contributed to that. You have done brilliant. I salute you. God bless you. And true Templar charity. I appreciate it. But the other problems you had the choice between paying some things off or go to jail, and she still got more fines, I may add, and just keeping house and home together, with the effect that the web people, the nation builder people who host her online platform, have downed the platform because she ain't paid it for 2 months. So if you want to punch in Jada Franson, is it Jada Franson online? Dot online? Jada Franson dot online. It's not there, it's down because she hasn't paid it. And I think the bill, how much is the bill, brother? The bill's $1,200. That's the bill, $1,200 American dollars. So that's where we are. Obviously, we've been helping behind the scene as much as we possibly can, but I have to throw that out to other people. So the poor girl, her thing is down. She needs $1,200 to get that back up online. She's still got some fines, but thanks to your generosity, she's paid off the worst of the fines that were going to drag her back into jail, and she's paid off a few other things. But she's got a car at the moment I shouldn't laugh. It's no funny, but it is funny because she's a wild woman. She's driving about with a car with half her exhaust manifold and 2 back windows that won't go back up. I told her, don't buy a French car. She bought a Citroen. It's a big people carrier because she's got a dog and she goes about with her dog everywhere. So she's got half the manifold missing. The 2 back windows won't go up. She's got the cops trying to throw her in jail for no paying fines. Her nation builder online platform's down. She's nowhere to live. She's shacked up now with her dad and some friends and all the rest of it. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But you know something? The reason I'm sort of making light of it, because she's not in the slightest phased about this. She's a true, crazed, half-Irish madwoman. But she's very smart, and she's very fierce, and she's very loyal, and she's very brave. So, you know, God put her in this position. God will get her out of it, she told me. And that's true. So we're God's servants, God followers. So if I could not ask any of our people who have already given to give any more because you've been brilliant. But if anybody hasn't, try and dig in and dig this girl out of a hole, because we've got her out about 50% of the hole so far. There's still a bit to go. So let's see if we can get her back on the road again and get her website up and get her back on, causing mayhem, terrorising the establishment and harassing the Muslims the length and breadth of the United Kingdom. Brilliant. So that's all really I've got to say today. We're going to try maybe tomorrow, if possible, to bring Jada onto the show. You can thank yourself. Big feedback yesterday from the sermon, and I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. The big Bibles, we have some samples in. They're not embossed, but they're about this size, about 10 inches. This is the personal Bibles, but 10 inches. Okay, they look like this. Oh, the smell of this! About 10 inches inside, but they'll be embossed with a big cross. Holy Bible, Knights Templar Order. That's what it'll be. So, Knights Templar Order, big cross, Holy Bible, all in gold leaf, embossed, pressed into the Bible. And this is finest Moroccan leather. Beautiful French Moroccan leather. It's very, very good quality. Postage to the States is a wee bit of a problem. Costs us quite a lot, but $25, signed for. Because it's quite heavy actually, even though it's that size. So that's the size of the Bible. This is the personal one, but you're going to have this the rest of your life. They don't make them like this anymore. This is made by Cambridge, the world's oldest Bible manufacturers. Beautiful. It'll come with a brochure describing the techniques how to make it. I should have got you one. I'll show you tomorrow. Beautiful 4-page brochure showing you the history, and it goes back to the year 14 something for bookbinding and making intellectual books for universities and all that. It's one of the oldest universities in the world, but they're also the oldest Bible manufacturer on the planet. You can buy them in America, but they're monstrously expensive, ridiculous. So this personal edition with Holy Bible, big cross, Knights Templar Order on it, delivered to you is going to be under $200. Now, I don't know if that's expensive or not. Can I get some feedback? Can you make that a wee bit bigger, brother? Because I want to ask people. Because look, I can get smaller ones. We can get smaller ones, cheaper ones. I don't know in America or amongst the Christians in America, do they think it's ridiculously expensive or do they think it's reasonable? I'll show you again. It's all done in the finest paper. It's done large print, fine Bible paper. Oh, sorry, it's black calfskin leather. Calfskin, semi-yap, I don't know what that means. Gold, gilt edge markers and ribbons inside. Beautiful. It's a comfort text, so people with a wee bit of bad eyesight can see it, but it's not too big. Look, it's not. I don't know if you can see that. It's not too big. I'll put that there. Yeah. Can you see? Okay. So that's what it looks like. Okay. So again, very flexible, but it's calfskin, black calfskin leather, and all the stuff. So delivered to yourselves in America about $200. Is that good? What do you think? About 150 is about right. Okay. I can see if I can get it cheaper. I don't know, because remember postage is about $20 from here. But we'll try. If we can, we can. And remember the embossing I think costs about $20 as well. So between embossing and postage is about $40. I don't think we can get it down to 150. I don't think so. But what does everybody else think? Is that good? Avu's saying that's amazing. Clinton, I know you well, and I know you're a man of very frugal mind. Do you think that's good, bad, and indifferent? Oh, I know that. It's priceless. Absolutely, brother. I agree with you. But I just want to make sure our people can afford it and they don't feel as if they've been grabbed, because we can't do that with Bibles. It's seems a bit okay. Smaller versions, okay. Yep. Good. Throw it away. Yep, excellent. Now the large one, I don't have a picture of that, but that big large one, I might have a picture of it. The big giant one, the big pulpit Bible. Whoa, that's maybe for a church or for a family buying it as an investment to pass down. We have negotiated with them. That's going to be about $895 delivered. Yeah, it weighs 5 kilos. What's that in American language? About 12 pounds. It's a ridiculous thing, but I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, Canadian currency is garbage, isn't it? Yeah. No good. Wait and see if this is the right one. Have you got it, brother? Have you got the big one? Don't know. We'll have a look. I'm just getting in. Yep. Oh, wait a minute. We might have this one. Yes, have a look at this. Have a look at this. Again, this is for churches or family investment. This ain't just for normal stuff. Look at that. Look at that thing. You ever seen anything like it? It's about this thick. Big thing. Heavy. Weighs about 11 pounds or 12 pounds. Really big thing. But that's it. So, have a look at them. We're going to be putting them up this week. They'll be available. They will be available this week. We had a terrible job trying to find, although Cambridge do the book binding, we had a terrible job trying to find somebody who does the gold leaf embossing. But we have actually located a guy now, and he's a Christian, and he's one of our guys. Who knew? But he's doing these basically very, very cheap. Yeah, £18. That's right. The old Bibles. I've got one. I can hardly lift it. Yeah. Should be monogrammed. Yeah. Well, you can't monogram everything with personalities, because you've got to make this guy explain to me. You've got to make a stamp, and the stamp is like $100 for the stamp. So you can get one done with your person. I would suggest if people want one of them big family ones, if you're going to pay $800 odd bucks, you'd as well going the full hog and getting the name of your church or your family put on it, embossed on it, for an extra, $70, $80. We'll do it for you. It's no problem, but it will cost you that amount, because they've got to make a plate to put your name on it. If you want one of them big ones, if it's a big once in a lifetime investment, yeah, why not? We'll do it for you. It's no problem. Yep. Christ's words in red. Yes, they are. They are in these versions. Christ's words are in red. Yep. We can get other ones. We can get the other ones where there's no red in it. It's up to yourself. It's up to yourself. Yeah. Yep. So there you go. Is there a chip in it? What do you mean, a chip? I don't know what a chip is. What's a chip? I don't know. I don't know what... this is genuine. I don't know what a chip means. I don't know. If you're meaning a microchip, then no. No. I don't know what a chip is. Well, micro... No, we don't have microchips and things. No. We reject microchips. So anyway, they'll be getting up this week, and we'll see how we go on with them. We'll see how we go on with them. Quite an exciting project, but again, it was really difficult getting somebody to emboss them in gold leaf. Yeah, you can have it Yes, you could. You can have it monogrammed yourself. Yeah, but it'll be the same. Yeah, you can do it yourself. So they'll be up. Again, I think we're going to put the two of them on payment schemes, because even $200 is a lot of money for people in this day and age. But the big ones, 800, no, they must be in payment schemes. So I think we'll even split them up into 10, and I think the cheaper ones will break them up into 3. Okay, we'll break them up into 3 for people, just to make it easy. Because listen, we want Bibles in people's hands, and we want good Bibles in people's hands, because that's it. If we can get good Bibles in people's hands, that's it. And again, I've told you everything I need to tell you. I hope our Scottish people, and I hope everybody enjoyed the Glasgow Kiss. And remember, poor Jada's offline, and she's driving about, right as we speak, across London with a car that sounds like a World War II Russian tank. The police are trying to lock her up, and she has no way of doing anything because her website's down. So listen, I'll leave all that stuff away. It's a lot of stuff. I thank everybody for what they've done so far. And remember, the Templar emergency aid package is now, it's been posted out. Some people still not been posted, but most of the stuff's in the post for you. Okay, your vests, your cards, so you'll be ready to roll in a couple of days. Can you put a link up for that, brother, just quickly? If any want to sign up to the Templar Emergency Aid Community Aid Programme to help your elderly neighbours, it's free, remember, you just pay for the stuff, please do so. I think Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. The Templar book, I beg your pardon. Yes, the Templar book is slightly, it's not held up. It's just one of the last final piece they've asked me to write, and I'm doing 12 hours a day. I go home at night, my eyes are stinging, but I've almost done it. So that was the only thing that they put in. It's just finalising the artwork, and that'll be it. But once it gets into production, it'll be done in like 10 days. So that book will be out probably end of May, beginning of June, but we will be taking pre-orders, okay? We will be taking pre-orders for the book. And because we're making it, we're just doing it for, I think, yeah, Stephen actually said, yes, Stephen, the sword can be paid up in 6 monthly payments, my friend. The Templar book, again, it's not a money-making thing. We're selling the Templar book roughly what it costs us. Obviously, we have to pay people to lay it out. But so the Templar book will be a big book, a substantial book, hardback, about 300 and something pages. I think there's 16 colour illustrations inside it. It's magnificent, well made, beautiful quality book, but what's inside it is priceless. And that's going to be going out for $20 something. That's delivered. So get your hands on it, but we'll put them up for pre-ordering, okay? And they'll be up soon. So that's as much as we've got today. We used to do all those jumpers and jerseys. We're going to open up the shop again to do Templar polo shirts and all that, but it's a bit of a nightmare, to be honest with you. It's just a nightmare because you do it drop shipping now, and we can never be assured of the quality. So when we'd done them ourselves, and we had one of our guys actually embroider them, because I don't trust a lot of these things. I don't trust them, so it's no good. But anyway, we'll see what we can do. That's all from me. I've kept you long enough. God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have Miss Franson on, if you think that's a good idea. Who wants Jada Franson on again? Who wants Miss Jada Franson on this programme tomorrow? Let's have a show of hands. Who wants her on? Are you for it? Are you against it? Have your say. But anyway, until tomorrow, remember, stick close to God. You won't go far wrong. Dus Vault.
The threat is real, and we are on the front line. In a world of misinformation and attacks from the left and mainstream media, censorship, deplatforming, it is time to call out the fake news and bring you the truth. We are the Knights Templar. Visit our website and join today. We are the Resistance. Deus Vult.